realizing that you have to be putting your brand in position and creating that experience that we've been talking about on these videos. I don't care how you make sales, but you have to put yourself in position with an experience to get in front of your audience, and that's how they're going to begin to really start taking your brand serious. All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN. All right, and we got another special episode today on the podcast. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, run us up. We specifically started this channel to give out, tools, tips, gems, just about marketing, scaling, and ultimately taking yourself to the next level when growing your brand. We got a special episode today. I got my boy Debalu on the channel, on the pod, and really what we want to share is we just went to Essence Fest. We just wrapped up Essence Fest. Let me say that we still in New Orleans right now currently, and I really just want to share with them like the experience that you were able to have. One, you being a part of the AYV community, and really like when did you join? How long has it been since joining?
I joined August, like last week of August 2024.
Cool. And so like, can you share like, I mean, what's your sales been since joining to now, like total?
Man, I remember I used like my last bug to finally join the mentorship, and I just like went dead broke after that. And I know, but I still had some merch sitting down because I wasn't moving any merch. So what happened was, I ended up talking with Nick, and he started talking to me about marketing and some distribution channels, and then you talked about focusing on like your strong suit and all that stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna figure out what is my strengths, my weaknesses, and everything. And I was able to do like what 3K the next week, but because then I didn't know like I didn't have systems in place, I wasn't able to sustain that. But then like up until like February, it was like December, we actually started going through like a mindset transformation. We started working on our mindset. I read this one book that you guys recommended, Outwitting the Devil.
Yep.
And I was after that, my mind changed. I was like, man, I've been going about this I've been going about this wrong the whole time. And as soon as I was done with that book in January, in February we did like 7.5K because I finally began to grasp some of the things you guys were explaining. And it was just like, it was going over my head. I thought I got it, but I didn't until I started opening up my mind even more. And the next month, we ended up doing like, in March, we ended up doing like $0. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about, because, everybody wanted to do that 10K, but it's not something like, if you just get 10K today, it's like, I don't know if I have the merch to sustain me for the next month to get 10K again. Yep. So that was one problem we started facing up until now, where we started having inventory problems where we sold out and then we just have to sit down for 2 weeks saying, talking to my manufacturer, like, where's the product and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much that's how the whole experience has been since I joined.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I mean, from that, we connected. You came out to our in-person event. So, if that's something that you want to do, if you want to come to one of our in-person events, make sure you check the link inside of the description. Join the community. We do quarterly events, and then we also partner with other people doing events. And so we was able to meet in person and then continue to connect. And for us, we're because we always, just use, our team and the people that we have. But now that we have a community, it's like, and a lot of people see, Malik work with us. We've been able to allow members to like get actual hands-on experience inside of our business at maybe a larger level than what you may be working at. That way you can actually see the possibilities. So there's been times where we didn't open up kiosks and members then helped us run the kiosks. And your unique situation where you came out, you came from a whole nother city, came to New Orleans, helped us, do a 3-day event. And, I want you to share what that experience, been like, shit from start to finish. Just to give the audience like a real perspective of, you literally was, not doing anything with your brand or, making a few sales to, now going from 3,000, having, 10K months to now, working with us and then seeing it in the live flesh. So can you like just talk about that a little bit?
Man, first I think two words to describe that. I'm gonna say overwhelming and man, systems. I didn't understand how important systems were until I actually saw you guys begin to use them. It's like it can be small things, but if you don't have things in like the systems in place to manage it, it can go south real quick. Because I saw the way you guys are managing logistics at the same time managing people at the kiosk. You guys had like the whole breakdown of roles and everything, how everything is supposed to be organized for efficiency. And I was like, these are things that I wasn't thinking about. I've done an event where we like it's fast paced, but it was like for like 2-3 hours, so we didn't feel it, right? We didn't feel it because it was like we gone in the next couple hours. And I remember digging through, but now that I'm going back, I'm really understanding how important it is to kind of organize things. Not just because okay it looks good, because it helps everybody on the team function properly. Like the way we organized everything on the back end was what made us the money on the front end. So and I know you. I don't know who said this, but you guys said it one time. The amateurs monetize the front end, the experts monetize the back end, and I didn't get that until this weekend. I was back there folding shirts, and I was like, man, I've been wishing to be on this level, but right now, as I'm seeing this, I don't know if I can receive it right now. I don't think I have the system to receive this in my business. I probably would just call it quits at that point. Like if it comes all at once, it is overwhelming. Like I was like, damn, you guys are doing so good on this. Like everybody want this, but I don't think everybody can handle the level of efficiency that comes with managing something like this. And it's a really big event. Like I know I talked to at least 100 people, so I don't know how many people talk, and we were like 10 of us, or even more, managing the whole event, and we all felt like we talking. Ah man,
Yeah, yeah. So we talking Essence Fest. That's over usually 100,000 people attending and walking through that convention. Possibly more. And you think about it over a 3-day time span, you seeing new people coming in, people going out. So it's definitely being able to talk to a lot of people and communicate at one time, and the length of it. We working from 10 to 5, selling your product, selling your brand, and that's what we say. You probably noticed some of the other booths where they sitting inside the booth. Like you made it a thing that you go communicate, you bring people. If nobody in the booth, we barely need to be in the booth.
nobody was inside the booth. All of us were out there getting people into the booth. Like we out there working. We were trying to get customers in because people. And the funny thing was, it made me realize that if you don't, people are actually looking at the product. They just for some reason too scared to come close, and you gotta be the person to bring them close.
Yes.
Like it was mind blowing because people don't know about the brand, but they knew the brand, but they just couldn't come close for some reason we don't know. But we had to go there and tell them, come in, like we don't bite, come in, like come into the booth, and then these people were they felt comfortable to spend with you because you welcomed them in. But then I was also going around all the other booths during my break, and I saw like people just sitting down inside the booth, and I was like, man, like you guys gotta come outside. Like I'm looking at your stuff, but you're not calling me, so I'm just gonna keep moving. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, so the same way I'm thinking is probably the same way other people are thinking. So I need to be out there. And I was like, damn, we need to do more for more of these events.
Yep. 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 And it's crazy. Because just doing those events and like how you saw us have that back part, like when we was doing Essence, we really, for that marketplace right there, we was one of the first brands that was like that actually created a space where you couldn't see the other side of the stuff, and everywhere everything was kind of going, everybody used to just kind of have all of their stuff out. Where we knew our storage stuff, like when we first went there, we had a whole bunch of little storage little units at the back. So it's just been every year making it better and better, and knowing like what we actually need to have a successful event, because there's a lot that goes into putting that event on. Like just doing that was 10K 9K just to do that. So every day we got to at least at bare minimum, if you break even doing an event like this, it's still a win, because what's happening, you got pictures, you got videos, you met people, you rub hands, you kiss babies, and that brings your, like, that's what people gonna remember, more even with the product. Like they bought the product and they had a great experience, and that's what what we've been trying to give at these events. We want people to leave and it's like, dang, I had a good time, at the World Envision booth. Just they made me smile, and that really people don't mind continuing to come support every year. Take a new picture. So I really enjoyed that, and I want to say I appreciate y'all, and you brought one of your friends, Jalen, with you. You guys, really did a fantastic job. So on the podcast, won't be able to give y'all flowers. I don't know. Were you All right, so let's talk about this. Like, let's start from days. We're gonna get them the days, and then we'll wrap up that. So Friday was setup day. Explain setup day.
So the first like on the first day when we came, I was just talking to my friend and we were just trying to understand that like we not here for like yes we here to kind of shadow and see how to run an event like this, but at the same time we wanted to take the role of like people will call it manifesting, but I'll just say we wanted to embody the role of, oh, we own this brand. Like we gotta be efficient. We gotta be this. We gotta do that. So I think like the first day when we were setting up, we were just like trying to make sure that we're getting into the role of, okay, we the CEOs of this brand. We'll be talking to people like we own this brand. People thought I was the owner of the brand, and I was like, at the end of the day, it don't really matter because we all playing like you said, we all playing for the name in front of the jersey. So I wasn't even bothered about, oh, he owned the brand, I own the brand, we own the brand. We all running the brand right now. So we're not trying to make a distinction. I was like, I was talking to him like, let's do this like we own this stuff and this is how it's gonna come.
Yep. And I say that setup was, I mean, literally, we got the at 11. You guys got the and helped us out, put the racks and stuff. That was y'all did a great job with that. And then was able to get those walls on there. So that was like a process. So we worked from what 11 and till we left the convention center. What time? Like 5,
I think we did it. It was like
7, and then we came back here, came back, set up the podcast stuff. Yeah, so I probably didn't get home till like probably like 11. So that was 12-hour setup situation, like 12 hours. All right, and then next day got there for the event. And that's what I was gonna ask. Do you feel like you was like nervous though? Like, cause at first we was in the back, we got everything situated, and then it was time to get into the trenches. So how you felt about the trenches and making sales like from the start. I know you got comfortable with it towards the end, but how the first beginning was.
the first beginning, honestly, I wasn't necessarily nervous because the people that I was working with, like, it just made me realize how much vibe actually affects other people. Like, you already came in with the vibe. So to me, it was like, okay, it's game time. Like, when the game is alive, like you're gonna feel it. Like you're not gonna feel nervous. You're gonna feel like, oh, it's my turn to play. Like it's my turn to play. So that's what actually that's how I felt when you guys called me to go to the front because we're done in the back. And I was like, okay, it's my turn to play. Finally, I get to be the CEO now. So I was like, now I gotta make sure I do my best because that's the best I can. Like, I just have to keep trying. I kept talking to people, and I was like, at first I was scared a bit when I was reaching out to you because it's been a minute, like some weeks since I heard someone tell me no. So now I had to first of all embody myself. I was like, damn, like I mean, what am I gonna do at this point? Because I told someone, he said, no, I'm good, and then I realized that no isn't the end point. That's one thing I realized from because I stepped back a bit and I was like, let me see the expert do it. And I would just observe. And then I went back for like a couple seconds and I saw that nobody was taking no for an answer. I was like, this is what it man, I'm going back into the battlefield again. Like, and then I went back and I realized no is the first step. That's just the beginning of the
That's
sale.
the beginning. Yep.
And then once you overcome that no, it's just like automatic sale right there. And then it just became fun. Like, no, man, and then we run the same. It became like a game to me. Like you say, no, now it's fun. Like let's get the game started.
Yep. That's good. That's good. And like I said, it's just seeing people making eye contact, making people laugh. I do think music help. So people, I'm telling y'all, if you got a little speaker, I would always recommend having like whatever your vibe is for your brand, or what will call your target audience. Definitely have like music playing because it just makes people like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So I definitely recommend that. I think that that was pretty cool. And just ultimately like realizing that you have to be putting your brand in position and creating that experience that we've been talking about on these videos. If you not, and don't, like, Essence is something that comes around every year, but so you gonna build stuff like that. But we talk about events like this as being an enhancement. Like, this is an enhancement to the things that we do. It's not the make all be all, because this is gonna come around once a year. But you need to basically figure out how can you have baby essences every weekend, whether that's doing the weekend kiosks, whether that's partnering with and having a pop-up shop at the store, at the local urban store, whatever it is, walk pads, AAU tournaments. I don't care how you make sales, but you have to put yourself in position with an experience to get in front of your audience, and that's how they're gonna begin to really start taking your brand serious. And if you online and are already going crazy online, that's just gonna enhance what you do, because now people gonna say, I see it online. Dang, oh, this them right there that I've been following. I see all these ads, I see these funny videos, whatever it is. Make it in person as well and bring it to life and watch how much your brand actually continue to grow. Um, I mean, you had any questions?
Yeah, I did. Because and before that, like I realized because you guys, it showed me that you guys are doing this bits of experience. Like, it's one thing that I can just come in, and I would never have known this if I didn't get the experience from here. I'll probably would have learned the hard way in my business by constant, because I think about it now that you mention it. Essence is once a year, and it's 3 days out of 365 days. So for the rest of that time, you're basically already started planning what to do the next year coming. And there's like it makes me realize just how much time and effort is being put into these 3 days. And then it's like you still have to, like, after the 3 days are done, you still have to figure out how to keep pivoting the brand as well. Yeah. So it's making me think even more that, will I say I need to do more for the brand in terms of being very intentional and being very clear about what it is I want to do. And that also brings me to the question, like, when you guys first started doing like pop-up shops, because I know you guys didn't start doing lessons. So what are like the first systems that you had to put in place to be able to even make it out of that phase? Because I'm sure it's step by step.
I think the first thing is just the inventory, because we when we were selling 2 for 30, it's like having and making sure that it's ready. Obviously, as you're seeing, so it was just making sure that we had everything in the sizes, we had everything already by design. That way, you didn't have to fumble around and get what you really needed. That was first base. Second base was now how do we continue to create, a better look and experience for when people like seeing your product? Because I mean, you could notice, like, when you go to a pop-up shop or you see somebody doing something, and I'm not, and they don't have the tablecloth yet. You just know where they brand at. Not saying if you don't have a tablecloth, don't do your pop-up shop. You need to, but now when you go back and you see the tablecloth, you see the banner, you see the racks, you see the tent. Now they seeing the brand actually grow, and people want to continue to support that. So I think it's really like ultimately continuing to invest in your brand's experience, and then ultimately continuing to realize that you know you are the competitive advantage right now. Like, like us being out there, us being able to share our story, share our mission. Like, that's ultimately what you doing the pop-up shop for, so that way those same people can go out and share that story. Because like I said, it's past like having product, because the product that you selling people, let's specifically we in apparel, and if somebody else watching this, your product may be here forever, but in a sense, like, in 100 years, 9 times out of 10, these shirts gonna then not be wearable. Like, you're not gonna be able to wash this for a hundred years. And if that's a good shirt, but what's gonna last is them coming to that booth, and like we said, they got a chance to take a picture, they got a chance to smile, they got a chance to walk, and three people ask them where they good. They like, dang, they paying attention. So that's the type of things that I think when you get to the next level of past the level of just selling and making sales, that's the things you think about.
So just to make sure I got you right, first you want to focus on the back end of the inventory, the back end side of it. Then we can start improving the looks.
Correct.
Because now that makes me realize I've been doing it the other way around. I've been improving our looks, but like the back end is like it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrendous right now. And okay, so we're done with Essence Fest.
And you approve the look of that, so it's like boom, like how you gonna organize it while not making it look like it's just everywhere. Yeah.
So and because now that you've sold to this many people, you've talked to this many people, you know, we all you tell us about having a plan, right? You taught us so many times about that in the mastermind program. So now I want to ask you, so what's the plan for nurturing these people? Because we collected data at the pop up shop, like you mentioned. We always send them the receipt or some sort of way get that data. That's the most important thing about the pop up. So now the question for you is, how are you gonna nurture those people to becoming lifetime customers?
So I mean, once we got all that data and we ran them through the POS, they automatically go inside of our database. So now, if they wasn't on our database, they're gonna be blasted with the marketing that we already traditionally putting out. But besides that, I think it's just what happens is we able to use the content to be able to shout out those people and that experience that we had so that way we could celebrate all together. So that's really the main thing that we're gonna focus on doing. That's why you see us we got a post out there. We sharing some of the stories that people taking pictures. So we just engaging with the community and engaging with them in a different way. Now what we do next year is now that we have all that data, what we could do is we could blast everybody that that either bought during this time period last year, or we can blast everybody that's just in New Orleans in general as well, and just remarket back to them. So specifically, let's just say to come back to the Essence and shop next year. But traditionally, we just want to keep getting our list up, and now that's just gonna funnel to the normal marketing and products that we got. Now that we got them, they bought something, they tasted, they're gonna go out and wear it, and now they're gonna get that text like, oh, dang, there they go right there. So that's how we gonna follow back up with them until probably next year. Just just realistically.
Okay. And what's one thing like you feel like this year you did it, and I was like, you're probably not gonna do this next year, and like what's like how you what is it that you want to improve on
With the event or just in general?
with the pop up technically?
Um, what I would say is like, I don't think it was where like I would say in this case a scenario where we not gonna do it again. I think it's just like having like you said a strategy. We go in there with the 2 for 30. We go in there, no realizing that we want to just make as much as an impact as we can, share our story to as many people as we can. Like we've been doing this same thing. Like we kind of got the formula down of when we doing these type of events, as you've seen. So it's not where I'm looking to take stuff away. I'm more in the lines looking for how can I get in more places like that to do my same thing of what I just did mainly right now. More in the lines of taking back. So what I really want to do is go out and see more events and festivals and conferences where they have 50 to 100,000 people attending these type of events and seeing if that's something where a place where we can come and do a pop up. Do is our target audience here? That would be really what I would be looking to do more than take anything away.
Mm. Man, I don't know, but like this Essence Fest, I'm ready to go to sleep. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how because I've been thinking about it. I was like, man, I was just thinking about it when I was in the room. I was like, I don't know how y'all be doing this this is every single day. Like the capacity is on right now is every single day. It's only 3 days of this experience, and I'm ready good. I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm like, I don't even know if you'll get any sleep at this point because this is it's a lot of work, and I think it just comes down to how bad do you really want it. and like how much passion do you have for this? Because if you're just doing this for the money, you'll be gone. You'll be way gone. This is. I feel like it's the impact you guys are making that's keeping you this far. Because woof.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, we're gonna leave y'all right there. If you want to join the AYV community, go ahead on and click the link inside of the description. Apply to work with us. Let's get you on this underside. Maybe you'll be at Essence Fest helping us like Debaloo, running your brand up. So make sure you click the link inside of the description. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Send this video to a brand owner that's coming up, or send this video to somebody you think could get a real lot of value out of this. We appreciate y'all. I'm Marlon Watts. Wait. Where can they check you out at? How can they support you?
My brand page is Forged Haven, FORGEDHVN, on Instagram, TikTok, and pretty much that's where they can find me.
All right. Hey, I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN, and we out.